Somebody says they're coming to daylight panels. At night. Let's try that one.
He's never gone to the racetrack without saying, I'm going to here to win this race. So hopefully he can get it on track today, and it'd be great to see him knock it in.
It would be hard to imagine a playoffs without Johnny Sauter. So hopefully that team can get it together and potentially make their way on to the postseason. But still to come, right here on race day, Chandler Smith, the Kyle Busch Motorsports driver in the 18 truck right there, is currently the last man into the postseason. He's above the line, 40 to the good. Can he stay there? We're going to check in with Chandler next. Stay with us on FS1.
That's fine. No. Have to go right now. There you go. Let's go. Somebody in bed. Somebody in bed. Let's go to bed. Let's go to bed at night. Let's go to bed at night. Let's go to bed. Let's go to bed.
And you know, a bunch of these truckers haven't been here for a very long time, as well as I've never even been here. So if people in the back start stacking up, hopefully we wouldn't be in any of that trouble. So it's definitely got its advantages.
Gonna have to stay calm and stay clean, Caitlin.
Thanks, Jamie. He certainly seems calm right now, I would say, for Chandler. What do you make of the performance he's had? And he's above the line right now. You think he's going to stay there?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think we're going to see any movement. They may move around between 8th and 10th, but I don't see anybody below the cut line getting it done here.
Yeah, Chandler's done a great job the second half this year. They did struggle the first half a little bit, but he's really got his legs underneath him, gotten used to the trucks and what they have at KBM, and he's done a great job the second half.
Yeah, he certainly has, and he will be hoping to continue the momentum and move on to the postseason. Now, John Hunter Nemechek, another Kyle Busch Motorsports driver, has had an incredible 2021 campaign so far, collecting 5 wins and now is the regular season champion. That driver, he will be joining us next. Stay with us right here on FS1.
As someone who resembles someone else, mean, you eat off the floor, or yell at the vacuum, or need sleep medication. Oh yeah, that's the spot. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Popeyes.
Comes in peace. 8-piece.
Get nuggets delivered exclusively on the Popeyes app.
Popeyes.
Introducing Michelob Ultra Organics. We're breaking away from the rest. New mixed berry Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer.
New drink. That's a real question.
That happened to you.
Yeah, we definitely have. We've had a lot of discussions about it. A lot of playoff points are definitely nice to have and kind of gives you a little bit of a cushion. But like you said, Harvick didn't make it last year. So it comes back to winning races. The only way to guarantee yourself into the next round is to win a race in the first round and the second round of the playoffs. So we're hashtag here for wins. And I feel like the first round and the second round have some really good racetracks for us. And then I love every racetrack that we're going to here coming up. And for the season finale at Phoenix, I feel like it's one of my better racetracks, one of the racetracks I've loved to go to ever since I ran my second ever truck race there when I was 16 years old. So it's definitely been a fun year. Hopefully the momentum hasn't shifted the wrong way, but I feel like all of our guys are putting their head down and elbows up, and we're just going to continue to push and work harder than we have in the regular season. We just got to go win races, Todd.
John Hunter, we talked earlier in the show about the fact that for you guys that are locked in their playoffs, the pressure's really been off. We've had a nice summer vacation of a month, but getting back down to business now, how do you approach today's race knowing that you're already locked in the playoffs? You just say, okay, I'm going to get some more playoff points, or how are you guys approaching this race?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Points don't really matter to us right now. Having locked up the regular season championship and it being the final regular season race here today at Watkins Glen. So we're going out trying to win both stages and win the race. The only thing that matters to us is winning and getting those extra playoff points to start the playoffs at Gateway in a couple weeks.
John Hunter, what do you think the key is to this racetrack? You've been here before in a Cup cars or an Xfinity car a number of times. What's the key to this racetrack?
Key to this racetrack, keep your fenders clean. It's a really fast road course. There is some technical spots. You're liable to wheel hop in a couple different spots, but it's going to be about strategy today. I feel like with trucks not having been here since the 1990s, I definitely feel like dirty air is going to play into a factor with the downforce and how fast the speeds are here. So I feel like clean air is going to be king if you can get out front. I do feel that passing is going to be a little bit difficult, so hopefully we can play the strategy right. But if we're going for those playoff points at the end of the stages, I'm sure that we're going to have to make some passes there. So it's just going to be about keeping that nose clean and being there at the end. You never know what can happen at these road course races.
Well, John, Phil mentioned it, the fact that we've had the summer break, per se, a couple weeks off. I saw you went on vacation, of course, with your family. I have to say, your photos were a lot more tame than your boss man, Kyle.
Background being silent. So I feel like when there's no evidence, it might be better. But I don't know. Kyle went on with it.
Yes, he did. Well, I hope you had a great trip, and I know it's back to business now. We appreciate your time, certainly. Best of luck to you out there today.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Looking forward to today, and hopefully we can put on a great race.
We know that he will, that's for sure. He's starting 6 for the race. Now some guest players, they're in with us today in the field. Kaz Gralla, AJ Allmendinger, they're both entered in today's event, both with success on road courses. They could be favorites for the victory. Stay with us right here on FS1.
There's an America we build and one we explore. One that's been paved and one that's forever wild. But freedom means you don't have to choose just one adventure. You get both. Introducing the wildly civilized, all-new, 3-row Jeep Grand Cherokee L.
I'm 53, but in my mind, I'm still 35. That's why I take Osteo-Biflex, to keep me moving the way I was made to. It nourishes and strengthens my joints for the long term.
Osteo-Biflex, plus vitamin D for immune support.
Romulus, your city will be finished in just one day.
Finished? My Colosseum, they'll never finish it today.
Unfortunately, we ran out of Red Bull.
So that's why Rome wasn't built in a day. These used cars may look identical, but with Carfax, you'll see how a car's history affects its value.
I always knew you were an accident.
Stop overpaying.
I'm still Mom's favorite.
Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
You said that you would shave your eyebrow off for a hashtag Klondike. Go, go.
What would you do for a Klondike?
Just days before they clash for the title, Roman Reigns comes face-to-face with John Cena. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown as the Summer of Cena continues, live at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Yeah, I just saved a whole lot of money by switching to Geico.
Huh. We should take a closer look at Geico.
You know, Geico insures way more than cars, boats, motorcycles, even RVs.
Geico insures RVs? What's an RV?
The thing we've been stuck on for 5 years.
Wait, I'm not a real moose?
We've been over this, Jeff. We're stickers.
I'm not a real moose. Give him some space.
Deep breaths, Jeff.
What's a sticker?
Take a closer look at Geico. Great savings and a whole lot more.
Verizon launched the first 5G network, and now we want to be the first to give everyone the joy of 5G.
Not no check like that. No andare a sapere. Non si va bene. Dai, vai. That would have different language. I'm gonna change it. It's not very good. It's not very good. It's not good. do like that.
Of getting a flat tire and still recovered for a top 5 finish, but I don't think it's going to happen for him. But there's a lot of promise for that young man, and Bill McAnally does such a great job with his team, and I think he's going to be here for a while.
Yeah, a lot of promise indeed. Another promising driver is Tyler Ankrum. He's also below the line right now. Has made the playoffs the last 2 seasons. Do you think he gets in today?
It's going to be tough. You know, this has not been the best of years for Tyler, although 2 of his best races have actually been the road courses. Solid run at Daytona, finished 6th. Then he went to Coda in the rain, did a great job, ended up with 3rd, really strong run. But, you know, their season's been so up and down, really struggled the first half, like a lot of these guys have with the no practice deal. But, you know, the second half got a little better, got some good runs, got a little bit of momentum, and then it would go away. So it was really inconsistent. So today is going to be tough. You know, it is probably one of his best opportunities. Really good on the road course, like I said. So we'll have to see if they can make the right calls and he does the right things on the track.
Yeah, I know we're talking all about racing right now, but you guys like baseball, right?
Oh,
yeah. The 2 of you that love baseball. There's a reason I'm asking, because Thursday, the Yankees and White Sox traveled to Iowa and the site of the most beloved baseball movie of all time to play a historic regular season matchup on the real Field of Dreams. You do not want to miss this. The MLB Field of Dreams game presented by Geico. Coverage begins Thursday at 6 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Still to come here on race day, we're going to go ahead and make our race picks. Always a little friendly competition there. There's Austin Hill, our most recent race winner. A little over 15 minutes to go towards the green flag. More race day coverage is coming your way. Stay with us right here on FS1.
but we've just lowered our auto rates.
Hungry, Nala? Nala. You need to take a shower? No. something? You need money?
Yeah, come put it in my room. You put it in the wash. It's all filled up.
Yes, ma'am. It's over here. Can't see my line. Yeah. Flying. It's a lie. I was going to play. And then I got nothing. That's why. That's why. A lot of people. That's a lot of people. That's not.
You just got to go bank in and try to win. That's mainly his big goal. But if he wins, everything changes, Michael.
Joey, let's have a little bit of fun. Let's pretend he does win, or when someone below the cut line wins, and we have a new winner here at Watkins Glen. It reminds me a lot of what happened in New Hampshire in the Cup Series. That could happen today, and then the difference between 10th and 11th is only 13 points. So there's a lot of people that are cheering for a new winner, but there's 3 drivers that just say, let's just chill, keep this thing straightforward.
Yeah, stay out of that 10th spot for those guys, that's for sure. Hey, let's go downstairs to pit road, join our pit reporters. We've got Regan Smith and Jamie Howe down there. We say good afternoon first to Jamie. Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Vince. Good afternoon. You know, there are a couple of drivers who are here really just to race. They're not worried about points at all. One of those being Kaz Gralla in the 02 from Young Motorsports, and they really... It's not nearly as technical. It's going to come down to having the aero strength, the engine power. Those are 2 areas they're still looking to improve on. But he did say that if he can bring this car home with all of the fenders on it, with a solid head on his shoulders, and doing everything that the team needs to do on pit road to execute, they have a chance at a top 10 finish. For more on pit lane, let's go down to Regan Smith.
Well, Jamie, the guys just talked about the efforts that teams that need to race their way in are going to have to make. The guys that aren't already locked in, unfortunately, on Wednesday of this week, their job got much tougher. Chase Purdy, COVID protocols is going to be out of the race because of them. So implement AJ Allmendinger. The team called AJ, said, hey, can you come do the race at Watkins Glen for us? AJ already here scheduled to race this afternoon in the Xfinity Series race. Said, absolutely. Now, with AJ in the field, the favor instantly becomes him with his road racing background. The ability that he's got on these racetracks is going to make it very difficult on the rest of these guys now to get that win that they need. AJ said, the only thing that matters to me is a win in this truck today.
Well, it's going to be fun, Regan, seeing Allmendinger come from the back of the pack as he makes his way toward the front. Sure to happen, that's for sure. We're getting ready to go racing at the Glen. Stay with us.
This one device is going to change everything.
You're covered.
Picture your business on TV next to this.
Great weekend Xfinity race following us here today. The Cup race later today, and Mike, for these trucks, it's going to be interesting to say the least.
I mean, this is a great day. Look at how many people have showed up to watch our truckers go 72 laps. You see the 3 stages, 27 laps in that last stage. Vince, is really interesting. That's about the pit window. How will strategy play into that? Greg Biffle was our last winner here at Watkins Glen.
Long time ago.
21 years ago. You got to check out our Camping World track description, but check this out. We're going to go with the map, Joey. We're going to do a lot of elevation changes. The first is when we dive down into turn 1, hard braking zone.
And you said it, dive down into turn 1. Look at the elevation change as you go down in the corner. Trying to stop a heavy stock car or a truck into turn 1 is going to be very challenging. You see everyone trying to funnel down in there. Makes it very tough. Here we see the 18 get in there just a little bit too deep. That's all it takes. And next thing you know, you're around. And that's going to happen over and over today.
But when we leave that tough part of the racetrack, as you see Kyle Busch around, Martin Truex got a great view of that. We're going to go up through the S's, mostly wide open up through here, which sets you up for another huge braking zone down at the bus stop. And you know, if you're in there by yourself, it's a pretty technical area, fun to do, and you can make some passes here. As you see Denny Hamlin around the outside making it work. But if not done properly, things can go haywire in a hurry. As you can see, Brad Keselowski gets together. They spin around. You're going to take a friend with you, and chances are when it's over, he won't be your friend.
Not anymore after something like that. And then you go down here to turn 7. This is the final corner on the racetrack that sets you up to the start-finish line. You want to get a big run off of this. You could have a last lap pass. We've seen that happen before, but into another hard braking zone back into turn 1.
Oh, the way you guys described it, I think there's going to be a lot of people mad and have their feelings hurt.
Absolutely, it's a road course.
Austin Hill and Todd Gilliland on the front row. Hill, the most recent race winner at Knoxville, and Gilliland was the most recent road course winner. He scored victory at Coda. You see Chandler and Matt Crafton on road 2. Ben Rhodes won at the Daytona road course. John Hunter Nemechek, our regular season champion, got that big regular season trophy earlier today. And I tell you what, 40 trucks, and there's going to be a lot of guys you're going to see pass through here on this lineup that believe they've got a real chance at winning this race today.
And here's the tricky part for these truckers here today. They're going to start this race with no practice. Some of them never made laps here at all. Some may have run the ARCA race yesterday, and you're barreling it down into turn 1 saying, where am I supposed to hit the brakes? And then you got to do that again into the bus stop, and then again back into turn 6 and 7. So there's a lot of learning at a really quick rate, and then you have some experienced guys like AJ Allmendinger that's going to be knowing where to brake, passing a lot of trucks really quickly.
You know, and you mentioned AJ, he starts back in 25th. There's Kaz Grala in 23rd, so there's going to be obviously a lot of passing, a lot of movement as these guys that are experienced road racers take advantage of these guys that doesn't have the laps here.
And that is correct. By the way, you did see Paul Menard's name on that list. Of course, Cup veteran, and his mini Xfinity Series starts here at Watkins Glen as well. Back downstairs, check in again with Regan.
Well, Vince, Joey just talked about drivers that ran that ARCA race yesterday to gain experience. One of those was Tyler Ankrum in the 26 truck. Specifically ran ran the race just so he could get a little bit of extra seat time, see this racetrack, and understand where his braking points and all the different things are that he's going to go through today in that truck. Said he felt good about it. Even if he only got 10 laps in the race, he said it was going to be more than enough. He ran most of the race yesterday. Other than Circuit of the Americas, this is the one track he told me that he feels most comfortable coming to, that if he's got to race his way in, that if he's got his back against the wall like he does right now, that he could get the job done. Jamie Howe?
Regan, another driver that ran the ARCA race last night looking for that seat time is our pole sitter, Austin Hill. He did end up finishing second in the race last night, and he said the biggest takeaway from it was just the momentum that you need. He said you've got to use a lot of the racetrack just to carry that speed. There's about 50 more horsepower in one of these Ilmore engines in the truck than what they have in the ARCA car, but he said all of my visual markers are current. He said that those nerves, the jitters are now out of the way, and he's ready to go racing.
And we are as well, racing on the road course for the third time this season. We'll do it at Watkins Glen.
Chris.
Two pizzas, wings, breadsticks. It's the easy way to feed the whole family in one box.
No one out pieces, that's right.
I'm 53, but in my mind, I'm still 35. That's why I take Osteo Biflex to keep me...
Helped convert over 1,300 tons of hard-to-recycle plastics into valuable resources. And to pull your weight, all you have to do is choose Hefty.
Huh?
Sorry, I wasn't talking to you.
Welcome back to Watkins Glen. We're on board with Stuart Friesen with our FS1 cameras. You can see Stuart working that wheel. And look, Joey, on his helmet, we've got the visor cam. This camera gives the viewer at home every feeling that you have when you're behind the wheel. Look how clear it looks out front, how calm it looks. That's getting ready to change.
Yeah, especially when he goes through the inner loop or the bus stop, however you want to call it. There's jumps over there. They jump over the curves, come down. It's crazy.
And then we have a bumper camera that's going to ride on the front of Taylor Ancrum's truck as we're going green.
Immediately 3 wide going down to turn 1.
Oh, look at that big dive.
Didn't take long. Nemechek in Rhodes, and the 18 of Chandler Smith has gone around as well.
Wow. Some of those drivers, Vince, on the front couple of rows were conservative in there. John Hunter wasn't.
Some were not.
Stayed green. Just as you guys said in the pre-race, it's a tight spot, and it funnels down, and eventually somebody gets spit out.
Well, look out. It might happen again as you go into this inner loop here, into this braking zone. Look, you see some drivers be aggressive, some be conservative. Looks like it might go smoother this time.
Wonder if there's any damage on the Ford truck of John Hunter. We know he got into the back of Ben Rhodes.
He seems to have stabilized. You see the black truck just in front of the white one there in the middle of the corner. What about that, too, Joey? How wide these truckers are running way off the race course.
Gilliland took a look at the inside there of Austin Hill for the lead. It's Hill in the blue truck, Gilliland in the red 38, and right behind is Matt Crafton, the three-time series champ, running third in the neon yellow 88.
And remember, all these guys are trying to figure out where to break the first time. Here's a replay of the start of the race. Like you said, some are going to very conservative, some are being aggressive. The good thing about Watkins Glen in turn one, look at all the room there is to go around the accident to where there isn't really much damage to the cars that got spun out.
You know what's funny, Vince? I look at that runoff room that Joey was speaking of. As you watch again, John Hunter getting loose in the corner, pounding into Ben Rhodes and spinning them around. A couple of nice moves there. Carson Hosevar slipping by on the bottom. But we talk about that as runoff room in case there's a problem. But you watch, these trucks will be all over this racetrack, running really wide off the corners.
That's the last thing you want to. You get all set up to start the race, and first thing you know, you're backwards before the race even starts.
Unusual move there from Nemechek at the start going into one. See him out of control in very many situations as he seemed to be there. But everybody has made it through, and now more trouble for the 12 of Tate Fogelman. Again, the green stays out as drivers try to avoid Fogelman as he comes back on the track. Wow, that was close. It's amazing that more trucks didn't get caught up in that first turn, first lap accident. And now Fogelman back on track, and surprisingly, nobody else was involved in that one. Oh, the 0-2.
It's a needed tire.
Yep, Kaz Gralla.
And Kaz, one that we thought would be really good. He's an experienced road racer, shows a lot of speed. He's not out yet. It looks like they could probably fix this, put a tire on it. But look at all the trucks pitting for damage here.
Yeah, and they're also pitting. You're going to see some crazy strategies. Don't put it past some of these teams to pit, but we don't think they will have a plan for the very end of the race. We talk about differing agendas, Vince. Today we're having that with people trying to make the playoffs and just winning the races.
And one of those drivers is Tyler Ankrum, Regan.
Well, Vince, it appears that there was a flat right rear tire on the 26 of Tyler Ankrum, so they decided to hit pit road, came on the radio, said, I need to pit right now. They got ready, the team did as quick as they could. You see a good stop for them.
Well, certainly different type of challenge for the pit crews as well as they pit the trucks coming in the opposite direction of what they would normally enter on an oval. This is on board the 26 of Ankrum.
Wow. A 360 in the S's without hitting the fence.
Yeah, that's not fun.
That's a good job of hanging on.
It should have changed his shorts while they were changing his tires for that one.
I mean, it makes it uncomfortable the rest of the day.
You're telling me.
Big dive here.
Yeah, it's the 42 of Hosevar making the move on Crafton.
Well, he was down in the dirt, Vince, on that first turn, first corner spin.
How about the 0-2 of Kaz Gralla, Jamie Howells?
Well, he brought the car in with damage on the right side of the truck from that contact. They did replace those right side Goodyear tires. They have...
Road courses, you try to set them up in sections like this through the S's. You can't really go too wide very fast through there. You try to set them up through here and then outbreak them into the bus stop. And it kind of becomes a game of chicken at that point. It's, all right, I'm going to outbreak you. Someone's got to give unless it's going to get ugly.
I think Gilliland's a little bit faster than our race leader, Austin Hill, right now. But like you said, Joey, picking the right spot to make that dive bomb.
and play that game of chicken as they sweep off, heading down toward turn 6 here. Nice long straightaway. Hey, by the way, that track wasn't over there when I raced here last. That's new, and the drivers, they're certainly happy about using it.
Johnny Sauter in for a pit stop as he's leaving his box now. What were they doing, Regan?
It's another tough break for one of the drivers that has to race their way into the rest of the playoffs today. Johnny Sauter, we saw all those trucks going off on the racetrack. Rats on the grill. He was overheating, had to pit and clean off the grill of that race truck, as did the 51 of Corey Heim, your winner from yesterday's ARCA race.
Well, if you're going to have a problem, it's good to have it early and get it out of the way and have the rest of the day to recover. As you saw Todd Gilliland get around Austin Hill for the lead, and Gilliland, he's using it all up.
Man, these truckers don't mind leaning on those Goodyear tires, do they? What a strong exit to that corner. Held the lead, but looked like he was going to spin out.
It looked like those curves are a little bit slicker than the asphalt on the racetrack, and he got on it, and here we go. Oh, boy. We're going to shut up and watch this for a second.
Lap traffic already for the leaders as Gilliland now through the bus stop with Austin Hill right on his bumper. Wow, look at that.
38's a little loose, guys.
Vince, what would you say if I told you Ben Rhodes and Kaz Grala were going to be 39th and 40th the lap down this early in this event? Something crazy had to happen, right?
That's for sure. Wouldn't have believed it. Joey talking about the 38 being awfully loose. How about it, Jamie?
The team was talking to Todd Gilliland and said, we noticed that we had a little lockup. We need you to focus right now. Make sure you don't have a vibration, something that could hurt us later on in this stage. But you saw he made that pass, made it safe. When I talked to him before the race, he was so excited about today. He said that the team's really come together. They finally have the crew, they have the spotter, the communication, the parts, everything they need. He feels like today could be the day that they get a road course win.
Yeah, and I think Gilliland's been as hot as any driver in the series. He's top 7, 9 in the last 10 races. Of course, got that big win at Coda. Looking for another one today, but it's early. Gilliland is out front. Talking about earlier that interloop, and look at it. Whoa! Hang on. We're going to see a lot of that today. Chad Chastain down into turn one.
Yeah, he just gets in there. You can see those rear tires are hopping. He's wheel hopping. Can't slow it down in time. Get up into the slick stuff way out here where it's dirty. And you find the tire barrier.
The younger brother of Ross Chastain making his Truck Series debut. And this was the pass for the lead as Todd Gilliland got the better of Austin Hill.
And he was driving off to a pretty nice lead, Vince, and the caution fell for Chastain's issue down into turn one. What's that feeling like, Joey, when you feel those back tires start to just hop on you? We talked about downhill, fast part of the corner or fast part of the track, getting the brakes on hard. How do you control it? Well, you obviously don't control it very well when that happens.
It's not a good feeling, Michael, I'll tell you that much. And it's so easy to do it into turn one. We talked about the elevation change before this race started. Going down into turn one, the rear tires just get so light. And if there's one place you're going to wheel hop on this racetrack, it is turn one. And once it starts going, it's almost like a basketball. It just starts getting worse and worse and worse until you're able to slow it down. Sometimes you can push the clutch in. That'll calm everything back down to try to relieve the back of the car.
You saw Ben Rhodes go by the pace truck just a moment ago, getting the free pass.
That's a good feeling. He got off to a rough start, not because of anything he did, and now he's going to be back on the lead lap. But there's a couple of trucks that I thought could win this race today that are stuck still a lap down. We'll see how that plays out.
It was a wild first few laps, that's all I know. First corner was wild.
How about some of those that are on the move? Sam Mayer, that 32 truck up 27 spots. Parker Kligerman, 22 spots up. Parker's birthday tomorrow. Shout out to him for an early birthday. AJ Allmendinger, we expect him to be moving up, and Paul Menard as well.
Those guys you expect to start moving forward for sure. The guys with experience that have been to this racetrack, doesn't matter what it's been in, as long as you know kind of what corner's coming up next and some of the little technical pieces of the racetrack. We see a lot of trucks pitting here.
Yeah, differing strategies. We're going to have this all day long, guys, and we know that some of these teams are desperate for a win. How can they use pit road to help them get that track position and put themselves in a spot where they can win? This is a truck we're going to keep an eye on all day long for sure. AJ didn't get off to the start like I thought he would, Regan. Are they going to make some adjustments here?
Well, Michael, the biggest problem for AJ right now is that truck is wheel hopping really bad. That means when he gets on the brake, as you guys have talked about earlier, the back of the truck wants to hop up and down. AJ's such a good road racer, very aggressive with that brakes. Otherwise, he feels good about the truck and where it's at. Just needs a little bit of help with that.
Well, if you're the crew member inside the truck through the passenger side window, the non-passenger side window is never a good sign. What's going on there for Infinger, Regan?
Well, unfortunate break for Grant early in this race, Vince. They are stuck in second gear with that truck. The good break is the yellow flag did come out, so they have an opportunity to work on it. Can't get it out of second gear, though. Same truck that Grant finished fourth in Circuit of the Americas earlier this year with. An oval truck that they went out and did a great job with, so I know they're disappointed right now.
Yeah, the sixth race for Grant in that 9 truck this year, also splitting time in the 98.
And this is some of the things we talk about, the lack of practice in NASCAR right now. These are the little issues that can pop up.
Game. It's presented by Geico. Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. And if you are a sports fan and have not seen the movie Field of Dreams, I strongly encourage you to do that. Check in with Jamie.
Vince, one driver making their Truck Series debut here today is Taylor Gray, and that number 17 from DGR Crosley. We were expecting to see Taylor make his...
My alarm went off a quarter after 3. Went downstairs, made a coffee, made enough
car accident that left him with a broken back as well as a left broken ankle, and he's had to spend the last several months going through recovery. I spoke to him out on the grid, and he said, you know, I think back to that time and the lessons that I learned, and it's really just forced him to grow up as a person. The determination that he put into the recovery to get back out here on the racetrack. He said, if you can dream it big enough, you can definitely do it. But he's grown up a lot since April, Vince.
Well, most importantly, just glad to see him healthy enough to resume his passion of racing, and so thankful that he wasn't more seriously injured in that incident. Back to racing here at Watkins Glen. We're halfway through stage one. Austin Hill in the blue truck on the outside, and Todd Gilliland in that red truck inside, and we piled them up again, or collected some again, going down into turn one, but they've made their way through for the most part, and we stay green.
I think it was Ben Rhodes again, or was it not?
I don't know. Was it Eckes? It is the 98 of Eckes, who is racing as a professional for the first time here in his home state of New York.
Look at all this bobbing and weaving. Called it, Joey, about how they're going to just charge into these braking zones, and man, contact everywhere.
Like I said, you go into this bus stop right here, someone's got to give. Sometimes nobody gives, and that's where you get contact, but eventually someone's got to blow that thing up, and you're maxed out on your braking at that point. You're stopping as hard as you possibly can. It's hard to stop any harder.
Gilliland out front, and that's Hocevar in the 42 running second, with Sheldon Creed third in the two truck. Austin Hill, who restarted on the front row, slipped back about 5 spots. There he is in that blue and white Toyota.
Bill Parsons was talking in our pre-race show about Sheldon Creed and his road race prowess, and we know he can get it done on these type of courses. Check this out. This is a mess. You can see the silver truck just gets clobbered from behind. Austin Wayne Self, strong early in this race, got into the back of Christian Eckes and spun him around. Everybody else did a nice job of
as Sam Mayer cuts the corner a little bit, trying to make a move on Friesen.
Also watched the 51 there, Corey Heim behind these two. He did a great job yesterday in the ARCA race, huh?
Winning that ARCA race, made the great pass of Ty Gibbs and took it to victory lane.
And now he's strong here in the trucks. There's local favorite, hometown area for Stuart Friesen on board on his visor cam.
It's a fun view too, and you'll be able to see, especially as we watch this throughout the day, how much your head moves. Watch how much his head moves when he hits the brakes here and it goes forward. It's a heavy braking zone we've talked about. Maybe not as much as I thought it would, but it feels like a lot when you're in there.
Regan.
Vince, huge playoff implications down here on pit road. When we saw that wreck going into turn one on the restart, to the left of the screen there was a truck still sitting on pit road. That was Chandler Smith. They believe they have something broken in the front end of that truck. The guy that is on the playoff bubble right now could change the entire look of the rest of this race for the guys that are trying to race their way in. He's not going to get points here. He's a lap down right now. A huge hole for Chandler Smith to dig out of right now.
Gotta believe that stomach is churning for Danny Stockman, the crew chief there on the right-hand side. You see our playoff bubble there on the left-hand side there of the pylon.
That's just enough to get your attention if you're those guys that are outside the playoffs looking in. They're going to get word from their spotters. We've got one of the guys up ahead had some issues. We need to make sure we capitalize all we can, and that's what these truckers are trying to do.
And we said Chandler Smith really just needed to avoid disaster today. Disaster has struck. 7 laps left here in stage one at Watkins Glen.
of MLB and NASCAR.
I am a playground where kids of all ages are welcome, where everyone can come together and simply enjoy the passion, the spectacle, the speed, and the sound. This could be for the win right here. I'm where we're all reminded why we fell in love with this sport to begin with, and why it's like nothing else in the world. Experience a NASCAR race this summer. Get your tickets at NASCAR.com/tickets.
Clint Eastwood, American Outlaw. 6 movies that will leave you feeling lucky.
You could ask yourself the question, do I feel lucky? Do you, punk?
Films that define Clint Eastwood as an American outlaw on Fox Nation.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Plus, stream 2 exclusive specials exploring the actor-director's celebrated legacy. Stream Clint Eastwood, American Outlaw on Fox Nation.
I am what we do this for, to be remembered forever as champion. I am the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series playoffs. I am NASCAR.
Back to the United Rentals 176 at the Glen. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series regular season finale. 3 spots still available for the playoffs, and one of those drivers in contention having a big problem. That's Chandler Smith. He's got a mechanical issue. One, getting ready to have company.
There you go. AJ going by him there.
Yeah, the buggies.
You carry a little bit too much speed into turn 1, and you get high. Next thing you know, that the truck behind you is going to go right by. In for show, off for dough. That's the name of the game in turn 1.
After that pit stop, Allmendinger's rallied up to the 12th spot. We know he's going to be a contender. I wonder if they made adjustments on his truck for that wheel hop in the back. Is there anything the crew could do, or is that all on him?
Matt Crafton has gone around there in the bus stop area.
Wow, damage. That means somebody was, he was racing hard with someone and got that damage, and around he went.
Crafton has already clinched the playoff position. He's in on points. Currently occupies the 7th playoff spot. You see 4 laps now remaining here in stage 1 as the leader just crossed the line, and the 3 has gone around.
We're going to do a whole bunch of 360s.
Bobby Roos. Yeah, Bobby Roos running that 3 with Jordan Anderson. That's from your ice skating days, Joe.
My sister's a figure skater. I don't know.
Give him a 7.5. Regan in the 21.
Well, no ice skating right now for Zane Smith. You see they chose to go ahead and pit right now, get some tires and fix that truck up. Right now, too tight for Zane Smith. The front tires are chattering and so tight. That's like when you're on the interstate and you feel it.
Off of pit road, as he pits, you can see how slow he's going there. Watch behind him, Bobby Roos.
Way off track and then tried to gather it up, and it's amazing that others were selected. I was busy just watching that the first time, and then we should have replay.
And so this is kind of the strategy moves that's going on right now, is that you can pit with a couple laps to go in these stages and cycle yourself forward. You're just giving up your stage points. Regan?
Well, Carson Hocevar very confident in his truck right now. As this run goes on, he's simply been out there just saving his truck, trying not to hit the curbs and tear it up. Jamie?
Austin Hill brought it in as well, making his early stop for 4 new Goodyear tires. You know, we talked about the change for the crew with it being on the other side of the wall, the pit wall, and for the driver, they've got to keep in mind they can't get too close. It's a different site for them, but it was a clean pit stop, a slight air pressure adjustment just to get some more front grip.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier about the challenge for the pit crews, and and the drivers, of course, having to pit on the other side of the truck.
Yeah, we call it a backwards pit stop, where typically, you know, the teams are jumping on. As you can see, everyone's on the right.
Guys. Put on next door here.
End of the summer, John Cena returns home to SmackDown.
Oh, this is cool.